Hi, here we have the number of votes not cast for Praja Party increased by 25% in the national general election over those not cast for it in the previous assembly polls. So we have two kinds of elections, national general election and assembly polls. So this is the current election and this is the previous election. Alright, so let's start with assembly polls. So we have assembly elections and then we have the national general election. Now there are certain votes which are cast for the Praja Party and there are certain votes which are cast against the party. Okay, the question says the number of votes not cast for Praja Party, that means against it. The votes not casted for it is basically against it. So the votes against Praja Party in the national general election increased by 25% over the previous election. So the votes against, that means this number of votes is 25% more than this votes over here. So let's say the number of votes not cast for Praja Party is 4x in the assembly elections, and in the national elections it increases by 25%. So 25% means 1/4. 1/4 of 4x is x. So 4x plus x is 5x. And now because of this change in votes against it, increase in votes against it, the Praja Party lost by a majority which is twice as large as that by which it had won the assembly polls. Okay, and if total 2,60,000 people voted each time, how many voted for Praja Party in assembly elections? So first of all, let's look at this information. Total 2,60,000 people voted each time. So in assembly elections also 2,60,000 people voted, out of which 4x voted against the party, Praja Party. So the number of votes for Praja Party is 2,60,000 minus 4x. Right? Out of total votes, remove these votes. Similarly, in national general elections, the number of votes for Praja Party will be out of 2,60,000, 5x are against it. So for it will be 2,60,000 minus 5x. Right? Now let's look at this part here. The Praja Party in the national general election, because the votes against it increased by 25%, it lost by a majority. So the national general elections, Praja Party loses national general elections by a majority. Now what do you mean by it loses by a majority or wins by a majority? Majority is basically the difference between the number of votes for it and against it. Right? So here it says the Praja Party lost the general elections. That means the majority would be votes against it minus votes for it. So 5x minus 2,60,000 minus 5x. This is the majority by which Praja Party loses the general elections, and this majority is twice as that by which it won the assembly elections. Now it had won the assembly elections, that means for votes would be more than against votes. Here for votes were less than against votes. So the majority here will be 2,60,000 minus 4x minus 4x. What votes for minus votes against. This is the majority by which it wins the assembly elections, and this is the majority by which it loses the assembly election, national elections. And this majority is twice the assembly majority. So here we have 5x minus of minus is plus 5x. So 5x plus 5x is 10x. So 10x minus 2,60,000. This majority is twice of this majority, which is 2,60,000 minus 4x is minus 8x. Okay, now let's solve this. We have 10x minus 260,000. Twice of this is 520,000. Twice of minus 8 is minus 16x. So 10x plus 16 is 26x, which is 5,20,000 plus 2,20,000 is 7,80,000. So here x comes out to be 780,000 divided by 26. 78 goes by 26 3 times. So x comes out to be 30,000. Okay, x is 30,000. Now the question is, how many voted for Praja Party in the assembly elections? So assembly elections voted for is this. This is what we need to calculate. How many people voted for Praja Party in assembly elections? So this comes out to be 2,60,000 minus 4 times of x. 4 times of 30,000 is 1,20,000. So 2,60,000 minus 1,20,000 is 1,40,000. Hence the correct answer here is option C, 1,40,000. Thank you.